impact on a company-by-company basis and in terms of which state and where the procurement is of cane is really happening from. In fact, in the next couple of minutes, we'll also try and connect with the management of Shree Renuka. Yeah, we have Mr. Chaturvedi, I think, now joining in. Sir, thanks for being with us. So just tell us, I mean, to what extent does this affect you? What would be your blended, cane procurement price right now, and how does 340 fit in with the scheme of things?
Well, let me first clarify that this FRP increase is not with effect. It's not immediately. It's going to be effective for the next season. And secondly, contrary to what most of the commentators have been saying, that it is negative for the sugar industry, I would go to the extent of saying that it's not negative for the sugar industry, because the sugar prices in the country had started becoming weak, because contrary to what the initial estimates were that the crop is going to be lower, the crop is turning out to be much bigger. And this announcement by the government will ensure that the price fall in the immediate would not happen. And secondly, when the FRP has been increased effective for the next crop season, I'm sure the government will definitely increase the minimum selling price which the industry has been demanding. And secondly, they will also increase the issue price or purchase price for ethanol. So I won't say it is negative for the industry. I would go to the extent of saying that if the farmers do well, so would the industry. And secondly, this increase effective next year is sending a signal to the cane farmers in whichever swing sectors are like Aurangabad and Marathwada, that area, that you need to stick around with sugar, and sugar is going to give you the best returns. So my take is, if next year we have a reasonably good monsoon, which is what we've been listening, so I think it's definitely positive for the sugar industry and sugar sector per se. If the farmers have...
Okay, so your reading, sir, is that despite the input price for you going up, it's not going to be negative, because you are confident that sugar prices, the output, will go up, and therefore your realizations will remain unharmed, unimpacted, right?
Absolutely.
But this will come, the increase in sugar prices will only happen from 1st of October, which is when the increase in FRP is, likely, not likely, but will be effective. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. And in the current scenario, the message that the government is trying to give is that the UP cane farmers who possibly could have joined this farmer agitation, they would much rather keep away, because normal course this FRP increases are announced something in June, July. So I think the message is clear that keep away. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so whenever
government is taking care of the farming community. Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
Okay. No, that point is, taking in light of the current ongoing farmer protests that are taking place nationwide. Mr. Chaturvedi, so you're confident that from 1st October, sugar prices will go up. You will pass it on. You will not absorb it.
Obviously. How can
and what would your realizations be? What are they currently?
Current realization as far as UP is concerned is closer to anything between 37 and 38 rupees a kilo ex-factory. And in Maharashtra, which in Karnataka, is about 2 rupees lower. So anything between 35.50 or 36 or thereabouts. When this increase comes, I'm sure 100% that the price realization for the industry is going to go up.
Chaturvedi, Mr. Chaturvedi, so UP already has a state-advised price which is higher than the FRP. What about Maharashtra? What are the prevailing prices at which cane is being procured right now?
No, in fact, UP and Maharashtra, there's not much of a price difference, because in Maharashtra and Karnataka, if the recovery is higher than 10.25%, then it is shared between the farmer and the processor, unlike in UP. So effectively, even after taking into account the SAP and all, the price in UP and Maharashtra and Karnataka is actually more or less the same.
Would it be correct to interpret that cane procurement right now in some of these major cane producing states, UP, Karnataka and Maharashtra, it is happening or taking place at a price higher than 340? Is that the right way of looking at it?
Yes, absolutely. Because
Okay.
it's linked to the sugar recovery, no?
Okay. And final, sir.
Yeah.
Got that. So therefore, as you're saying, I mean, from a pricing and realization standpoint, margin standpoint, it doesn't seem to be an issue. And maybe it's a positive signal to farmers. But just leave us with an outlook overall on pricing, given where we are, the demand-supply situation right now, and this whole talk of ethanol, where the question is whether you should be allowing bee molasses and maybe sugarcane juice also back into manufacture of ethanol. Sort of what are you expecting on that front?
No, I see no reason why the government should not permit more, because the initial decision of clamping down on cane juice production and bee-heavy diversion for ethanol was largely on the back of that they were expecting a crop of about 29 or 29 and a half or thereabouts. But now we are 100% sure that the crop is going to be 32 million tons plus another 2 million tons of diversion for ethanol. So which means what we are talking is 34 million tons of sucrose. So I see no reason why the government should not allow more ethanol to be made from cane juice or bee-heavy, and the decision needs to be right away. Otherwise, once the crushing season is over, then the juice is not going to be available. So it has to come now, and I see no reason. Otherwise, we'll end up increasing the closing stock of sugar towards the end of the year, which this year was about 5.5 or 5.7. It's bound to go up to about 8.5, and it serves no purpose except increasing your interest outgo.
Okay, that's good to know and good perspective to have, Mr. Chaturvedi. Let's see what comes out on the ethanol regulatory front as well. Appreciate you taking out the time and being with us for this quick chat. On that note, we'll take a very quick break. We'll come back on the other side and put the spotlight on a lot of stocks that are buzzing in today's action.